Hello, it's Dr. Rhonda Johnson, and today is Saturday, March 20th, 2021. And today I'm going to be talking about the coronavirus in the context of this global pandemic. Well, to start off, let me remind everyone what the word pandemic means, because I don't want anybody to think we are out of the woods. We can't be too quick to assume that this coronavirus pandemic has been squashed. So a pandemic is an epidemic of infectious disease that has spread across multiple continents or worldwide and affects a substantial number of people. So worldwide, the numbers show that 121 million people have tested positive for this virus. And worldwide, sadly, we have lost 2.68 million people. On average, for the past 56 days, our world is losing around 10,000 people daily to this virus. So let's take a look at how this virus has impacted our world. Leading the world in deaths, the top 5 nations are number 1, the U.S., number 2, Brazil, number 3, Mexico, number 4, the United Kingdom, and number 5, Italy. Again, these are the nations that have the highest number of people who have died from the coronavirus. But to look at what's going on around the world, even in remote places like Papua New Guinea, COVID-19 is sweeping through this oceanic nation, but no one knows how many cases are there because there's so little testing. Cases are currently high in Italy, France, and Poland, and Europe. In South America, Brazil is experiencing a horrible surge of coronavirus infections, largely due to this new variant virus. And Brazil's deaths, as you heard, are second only to the United States. In Paris, France, they are starting another 4-week lockdown to halt the spread of this virus. And again, the infection now is largely being attributed to these highly transmissible variants. In the Middle East, cases have fallen in Israel, but several countries, including Iran, Jordan, and Iraq, are currently seeing renewed outbreaks. Israel's aggressive vaccination program has been highly successful in reducing the number of cases there. In Asia, Pakistan's prime minister has tested positive for the coronavirus and is self-isolating. India, Indonesia, and the Philippines are leading the Asian nations in terms of the number of cases. And South Korea, which initially had a very large outbreak, hardly has any cases at all. In Africa, there are more cases in South Africa than anywhere else on the continent, and this is being driven by the South African variant. Now, COVID testing is still low in Africa compared to other regions of the world, and when you have low rates of testing, you really don't know the true spread of the virus, and some countries don't report any data at all on their infections, such as Tanzania. But the most populous country in Africa, Nigeria, there have only been 161,000 so confirmed cases and less than 2,000 deaths since this pandemic began. So that's a snapshot of coronavirus around the world. It's important to keep in mind this is a global pandemic, and there are no parts of this world that are in total isolation anymore. This is a global disruption, and we can get to the other side of this if we continue to make decisions certainly the nation with the largest number of cases and deaths, the United States, here in this country where vaccination is free. It's one of these decisions that I hope that you will make, because vaccination is many, many, many times less dangerous than catching COVID-19. And for those who remain concerned about the risk of the vaccine, I will just continue to say, people routinely undertake many activities that involve risk. We fly on planes. We engage in competitive sports. We drive cars. We take birth control pills. We smoke cigarettes. We eat unhealthily. There's a lot of things that we do because life is full of risk, and we deal with it every day. If you have lingering questions about the vaccines, I encourage you to continue to educate yourself, seek out the answers, because 80% of Americans are still unvaccinated. We still have a long way to go. So that's my message this morning. In the meantime, continue to practice prevention. This remains a very highly contagious virus that is continuing to take lives here in the United States and around the world. This is Dr. Rhonda Johnson. As always, my views are my own. Stay safe, folks. And as always, have a blessed day.